Okay, I'm just getting all of my connections together for YouTube and Instagram. What's up, everybody? Um, Hold on. Think that I have. Okay, this is what I meant to do. um, Perfect. Peace, everyone. My name is Tyler. If you are new to my page, welcome, welcome. I have a good live for us today, or a good topic for us today, rather. So I got a little bit more pep in my step. Last time I was nervous going live on both platforms, but you know, once you do something once, it kind of gets a little bit easier. So today, hey, thanks for joining. So today I have my notes because I felt like I said last time I felt a little unorganized, but I actually listened to it back and I wasn't that unorganized. So that's really good. So I'm really excited about today's topic. Again, if you're new here, my name is Tyler Anuranita, and I am an astrocartographer as well as a holistic wellness coach. And pretty much I am just really fascinated by aligning life with the cosmos and also helping other people to do the same thing. So if that is of any interest to you, then definitely keep on watching, because today I'm going to be giving a lot of tips, a lot of resources as well, and also have some goodies for you all to check out in case you want to actually start to begin this journey. So we are going to be talking about aligning with the cosmos. And pretty much what that means is, everyone, if you're familiar with astrology, a lot of us are honestly, when we think about astrology or when we try to implement astrology into our lives, it kind of can get a little complicated depending on the route that you're going. I think a lot of people make it seem harder than what it is. Of course, having a general knowledge of astrology is very, very key, but there are also resources that kind of do a lot of the work for you. And so today, we're going to be going into those resources. So, the topics that we're going to be discussing today, when we talk about aligning with the cosmos, me personally, I kind of have like a monthly routine that I do with it, or a yearly routine. And that involves astrology, numerology, and it also involves astrocartography. Now, astrocartography is probably a little intricate. I am going to talk about it a little last, and I'm only going to touch on it a little bit. But the main things today is astrology and numerology. So I'm pretty much going to express how I utilize it to kind of keep myself out of stagnant energy, especially when it comes to like working towards goals, or if you're in a period of, let's say you feel like you're in limbo in life. It's definitely something to help keep you pushing forward with any type of goals that you might have in life. So that is the purpose of today's live, just to get you all a little familiar with the topics of numerology, astrology, and astrocartography, and how to use it to co-create with the universe. So the first thing that we're going to talk about is astrology. Now, like I said, and make sure y'all have pen and paper, because it's going to be like a lot of notes. So if you're watching the replay, definitely, make sure that you have pen and paper to take some notes. Maybe in the future, I'll learn how to kind of stream on YouTube, where I can put up, like presentations and stuff like that. But for now, this is as good as it's going to get for now. So understanding that regardless to what, when it comes to astrology, even if we pay attention to the energy or not, our life is going to naturally play out whatever the cosmos has for us. So if we paying attention to astrology or not, we're still going to feel the energy. Some people don't know that they are feeling the energy because they're not really fully aware of astrology. So I just want to put that disclaimer out there, like regardless to what, even if you pay attention to astrology or not, it is happening in your life. Now, another disclaimer, just because we know about astrology and just because we are utilizing all of these different cosmic divination tools to kind of align our life, it does not mean that, well, I'll say this, it means that we have to keep a grounded mindset and not drive ourselves crazy with trying to kind of figure out, well, oh my goodness, like, well, what's going on now? And how is this affecting my life? And just really just staying grounded and taking your time, pacing yourself, and not, going down such deep rabbit holes, okay? So definitely when you're utilizing the tips and things like that I'm going to be giving you on today's live, please understand you have to stay grounded during all of this, because if not, you're just going to, like I said, drive yourself crazy. So with astrology, the main thing to kind of help yourself when it comes to, oh yes, when it comes to being in alignment with the cosmic energy is pretty much focusing on the transits. Now, yes, you can read your birth chart and all of these different things, but if you want to like really live in astrology and kind of understand exactly what's happening, the transits is going to be where your main focus is going to be. So when we talk about transits, the best app to use, and make sure y'all write this down, okay? The best app to use is Astrobella. Now, this is like one of the best astrology apps out there that I personally love. It's very detailed. She literally gives you all of the transits, and I'm going to pull it up on this phone so that you guys can kind of at least get like a view of it, so you know what to look for when you're searching for it in the App Store. Now, it is an app that is free to kind of see certain things, but if you want to check like your synergy with people in your life, there is going to be like some extra, like a $10 fee or something like that. This is not sponsored. It's just literally one of like the best apps that I use, and it helps me to follow along with the transits. So when it comes to the transits, I do not look at them ahead of time. I only pay attention to the transits when I notice that there's certain things playing out in my life. Like if I'm having communication issues, or maybe like I just feel a little negative that day, or whatever the case might be, that is when I look at the transits and I try to now, basically what it does when I do it that way is it helps me to not stay in that state, right? Because I'm like, okay, this is just the astrological energy that's happening right now. And so I can kind of let go easily. And this is what I mean by aligning with the cosmos, right? Understanding the energy that's happening and knowing that there's a reason for it to happen. Maybe it's for your growth. Maybe it's just literally for you to experience life. So when we are, following the transits, that's the best way to do it. So don't try to like drive yourself crazy and look at them every single day. Just kind of look at it when maybe it's a new month, right? Or maybe, like I said, it's when something is actually happening in your life. So this is let me see if I can pull it up. It's acting a little funny, of course. Y'all know how things act when you need to actually show somebody it. So I'm gonna keep checking it because I'm trying to look for the calendar so I can show you what the calendar. But this is the way that the app looks. I'm gonna show Instagram in a second. This is the way that the app looks, is right there in the middle. It says Astrobella. It has like a really, it just has like a moon. And I'm going to show it to Instagram. All right. And she is someone that is on YouTube as well. She's an astrologer that created this app. And even like her videos are really, really good. But like I said, this app is key. Oh, let me see if I can pull it up one more time. Oh my goodness, like the app was literally fine earlier. Let me check my Wi-Fi. Yeah, everything is good on this end. So I'm gonna try it one more time. I never heard of that one. Yes, it's a really good one. And you're gonna love it too, actually. All right, let me see. Okay, yeah, it's still not working. So I'll check it like periodically to try to see if I can show you guys how it goes. But basically, she kind of has a calendar in the app, right? And when you are, trying to see the energy for the month, you can kind of just like peek at it a little bit. But if you, like I said, once you notice the energies that are happening, if you want to focus on the transit that way, it is completely fine. That's the most beginner way that I can kind of, let you guys know that would be the easiest way to do it. So with this app, what I also do is I will also literally write it on a physical calendar. So not just only having it in my phone. If I write it on a physical calendar, that will allow me to kind of see it every day, right? Because if the calendar is right in front of me, I get to see it every day. And if I'm walking past it, it's kind of like a little reminder. Another thing is, let's see. So I'm going to give an example. If you are using the app, or let's say, you're new to astrology and you didn't write your calendar ahead of time. And the transit would look like, for example, it goes off of your rising sign. So in the app, you give her all of your information. It'll go off of the rising sign. And so it'll automatically be tailored to whatever house is specified for you to work on. So what you could do is at that point, there's another app that I really, really like. It's called Astro Gold. And that app, you can put in your natal information and it's going to basically show you your chart. But instead of looking at your chart, you're going to look at the wheel for the transits, the mundane transit that's actually happening. So once you see, this is how you can kind of get to learn astrology. Once you pull that up and you continuously pull it up to show you your rising sign first. And like I said, next time I'll make sure to have presentations and stuff like that to be able to show you all this. But also I can show it to you now. So when you are on the app, it's going to look like this. And your rising sign is going to be wherever the ascendant axis is. And in the Bella app, she basically shows you exactly how to learn it in a way that I'm going to tell you how to connect it. So let's say she says, oh, the transit, let's say it's a new moon, right? She'll say, okay, the new moon is happening in your 7th house of relationships. And she'll give an example. What you can do with that is you can physically go to your 7th house to see what planet is in your 7th house and kind of get to learn the planet that way. That's a really good beginner friendly way if you want to utilize, the apps and, trying to kind of put it together a little bit. That's the best way that I can put it without like giving, full things. But I am going to be having some resources that are available in my store soon for free, that'll, help you learn and kind of navigate the beginning stages of this. So that is the astrology portion of this. So to recap the astrology portion, basically what you're going to do is download the Astro Bella app, okay, along with the Astro Gold app. And these two apps are going to assist you with looking at the transits and then also learning your actual birth chart to see the energies that are in your houses, that the main focus is for the new moon or for, just any astrological transit in general. So the next thing that we are going to be talking about is numerology. Now, this one is kind of my favorite because this is how we're going to actually like get out of that stagnant energy. But before we get into numerology and how I use it on a monthly basis, I'm going to tell you all how I use it on a yearly basis. So take a note of this. It is called your, either you can look it up two different ways, but you would have to do two different searches. You're going to look for what's called a pinnacle cycle. So all you have to do is Google pinnacle cycle, and I'm going to get the actual website for you guys. Okay, so the app that I love to use is called Affinity Numbers. Okay, it's called Affinity Numbers. So when you pull it up, it's going to kind of look like this. And I know I got the front camera on, so I apologize about that, but you can kind of get the gist. This is what it's going to look like, all right, when you pull it up. So for the pinnacle cycle, this is going to tell you, oh, thank you. This is going to tell you exactly what year cycle you're in. So with numerology, we have cycles from 1 to 9 years, right? So every 9 years, your cycle resets. Each of those years gives you an energy of what your life is going to be like. Okay, so this is how we can kind of know what season we're in. So if we are, let's say we're in our year one, that year is all about reinventing ourselves. It's all about trying new things. It's all about self-development. It's all about, you know, just making sure we put ourselves first. But for example, let's say you're in your year 5. That's all about fun. That's all about creativity. That's all about dating. That's all about just, you know, having fun, traveling, right? So in addition to the pinnacle cycle, you're going to get, you're going to also look up, it's a separate link, but you're also going to look up your personal year. Now, this one is important on a yearly basis because it's also going to give you the energy that you're in for that year versus that 1 to 9 year period. So the 1 to 9 year period, you're going to have one major theme. When it comes to the pinnacle cycle, one major theme, okay? And then when it comes to the yearly personal year cycle, that's every year. So each year you're going to experience a completely different energy. Like me right now, for example, I am in my year 5. I have traveled to about 3 different places so far, and I have another place that I'm traveling to. So I've already embodied that energy. Also, I've been really creative this year, stepping out of my comfort zone. I'm going live on 2 different platforms. So I really challenged my creativity. I picked up the ukulele again because it's been a while since I've touched that. I have, you know, been practicing my aerial yoga a lot. So I'm really embodying that 5 energy. But last year, right? Last year I was in my year 4. Year 4 is all about discipline, is all about creating foundations, and it's all about structure. And so last year, I barely traveled anywhere. I literally tried to get stern on what it is that I wanted in life and the new direction that I wanted to take. Okay, so like I said, if you don't think that you embody these energies, you kind of naturally do. Life will place you in those settings to play out the story that astrology wants to play out for you. So the way that you are, so now that we talked about the pinnacle cycle and the personal year, this is how we're going to get into the numerology and how I use it on a monthly basis to get out of stagnant energy. Now, like I said, a lot of us, we tend to be in states where we can get confused about life and where we can, you know, we're just like what's going on, right? Why is nothing moving along? Now, numerology, the way that a lot of people have developed this concept, this isn't something that I created. This is something that I've just came across. I've been doing it for the past year plus, and I've just been loving it. So on a monthly basis, what I do is I calculate my personal year. So for example, I told you guys that I'm in my personal year 5. So at the beginning of this year with January, that made me start with the number 6 for January. So basically I added 5 plus the month of the year, which was January. So 5 plus 1 equals 6. So that's the calculation. I'll give it one more time in case you guys are taking notes. You're going to take your personal year number and you're going to add it to the month of the current year that we're in. So if you're doing it, let's say starting now, we're in September, right? So you're going to add 9 plus 5. And then that's going to give you the number that you're supposed to be in. Now, a lot of this is very interesting and easy when we're talking about this part, okay? So what you're going to do is you're really going to embody the energy that the numerology number kind of already has. So let's say, for example, I was in January started, I was in my month 6, right? So that month for me, to check things off, to not be stagnant, it was all about self-care. It was all about nurturing myself. It was all about nurturing partnerships. And it was all about I'm just basically relaxing and chilling and being zen, making sure that I'm bringing my awareness back to myself. So that is how I used it, right? So let's say I just chose, let's just say 5 things. I chose about 5 things to focus on for that month that embodied the 6 energy. And that is what allowed me to get out of stagnant energy, right? Feeling like I'm not accomplishing anything. So it's amazing to just be able to check things off when you're living like that. So like, let's say, for example, month 8, right? I'm in my month 8. That month is all about money. It's all about finances. It's all about other people's money. It's all about shared resources, right? So it's really kind of easy to know this. I know that who is a good resource for numerology that I really like on YouTube? I think his name is, let me see. I think his name is, where is he at? Hopefully I can find it kind of quick. Oh, here he is. Yes. His name is Radiant Reality. Okay, this is his page. This is what it looks like. Radiant Reality. He has all the videos on how to, I'm sorry, he has all the videos on the personal years, and he has all the videos on, well, basically on the personal years. So you don't have to really kind of, what am I trying to say? You don't have to really know the month. He's going to go by the year, and it's literally the same energy, right? So it's the same energy. So whatever pinnacle, whatever personal year you're in, or even pinnacle, you can watch his playlist. He has a whole playlist on exactly how you would embody the energy. So he's giving you the personal years, and you can use those same videos, those same calculations, those same categories to make your goals for the month when you're following along with numerology. Now, like I said, numerology is on a monthly basis. Astrology, when we're following the transits, we really just kind of focus on when things come up so that we're not, so that we're continuously staying grounded and we're being in the present moment and we're not trying to control everything. This isn't about control. This is literally just about aligning your life with the energy so that you can just be more at inner peace. That's honestly what this is about. So, to recap this section, we talked about the pinnacle cycle of your 1 to 9 years, what cycle you're in. No, I'm sorry, I'm saying it wrong. With the pinnacle cycles, it could be a cycle up to like 20 years. It's a little different with the pinnacle cycle. So basically from the time of my birth till my till about 2000, and I think it was 19, I was in my pinnacle cycle 6 until my Saturn return started, and then I went to my pinnacle cycle 4, which I'm currently in, and I've been in this cycle since 2019, and I will not leave it until about I'm 39. So maybe 2000 and like I think it's like 30. No, I'm bugging. I think it's like 2000. Well, it might be something like that. It might be in my 40s. I'm not sure. And then the personal year is literally just on a yearly basis. All right. And then I gave you the Radiant Reality to check out his explanations on the personal years. And then you're going to use those same examples to follow along with the numerology on a monthly basis. The calculation for that, again, is just adding your personal year with the number year with the number that we're currently in for the year. Okay. So let me see if I missed anything. Oh, and let me give you an example, because I know probably with me saying it this way, let me break down the actual calculation, because, 5 plus 9 that's going to be, not, that's not a number that's between 1 and 9, to keep it simple. So when you're doing the personal year 5, right, and you're doing 9, you're going to break up the 14. So 9 plus 5 is 14, and you're going to then break that number down. So anytime you get a double number, you're going to break it down by adding those two numbers together. So we're going to add the 1 with the 4, and that's how we get 5. And so if you are, so like me personally, I'm in my personal year 5, and for September, I'm in the month 5 as well. So my goals for this month would be surrounding creativity, like I kind of mentioned earlier, like how I'm going live on both platforms. I'm getting back into the ukulele and all these different things, and really just focusing on having fun. Maybe I take myself out on a date, and maybe I go to the movies, or hang out with some people, go to an event. That's what I would focus on this month. So you see how, like, if you're in, stagnant energy, and how this can align, it takes you really through the cycles of relaxation and, being to yourself. It takes you through focusing on your finances. It takes you through having fun and creativity. It's also going to take you through, self-development. Maybe you could choose a book to read for that month to challenge yourself. So this is kind of how we tend to get out of that energy and start to shift our life a bit. Now, hope you guys are following along with me so far. Hello to everyone that has been joining. And if you're still on here, let me know where you're from and your name and how you're feeling about the information so far. Hello, Instagram. Hey, so someone on Instagram, tell me what the Cancers and Aquarius should expect of this season. As far as what exactly? As far as my mind is running blank. As far as like the new moon? Is that what you're wanting to know? Because right now, what's interesting is that Aquarius, they can kind of expect things to shake up a little bit. Uranus is in retrograde. And so Aquarius is, that's the rulership. So that's going to really be a little interesting for Aquarius. But yeah, if you're talking about for the new moon, I can look it up in a little bit. Or let me see. You said Cancer, financial love. Okay. Okay. If you can give me a second, I will definitely answer that question for you. I kind of have a little structure that I'm trying to follow for this particular live. So I will definitely answer that for you if you stick around or come back. So, because I have one more part to finish before I'll start like taking questions and stuff like that. Just to stay organized, you know. But thank you so much for engaging. So the last part. Okay, all right, perfect. Thank you. So the last part that we're going to talk about today is astrocartography, and y'all know I love me some astrocartography. I am an astrocartographer. This is what I do. I love reading people's charts. It's so interesting that, you know, when I came across astrology, I liked it, but I never like was like, you know, I don't want to do that. Everybody does that. But then when I found out about astrocartography, I was like, oh, oh, I can do that. It's innovative. It's fairly new. It's only about 30 years old. Not a lot of people are practicing it, and not a lot of people are, you know, utilizing the same concept. So this is amazing. It's a really good way for us to align our lives. So in addition to what we first talked about, which was astrology, right? Aligning with the transits and, you know, not driving ourselves crazy, staying grounded. And the next thing to assist us in aligning with the collective is our pinnacle year cycle, our personal year, and numerology, and how we utilize that on a monthly basis to get out of stagnant energy. Okay. So now what astrocartography does for us when we're aligning with the cosmos, it allows us to be in an environment that is conducive to our inner being, okay? So that we are, again, living in more alignment. So with astrocartography, the synopsis of it is kind of like astrology is the astrology of place. Is the astrology of people. Astrocartography is the astrology of place. And it pretty much kind of tells you your most auspicious places to live, to work, to play, to date, all these different things. So how we utilize astrocartography for alignment with the cosmos is we literally, you know, get an interpretation and we read our charts and we try to find the best environment for the season that we're in our lives. So let's say you pull up your pinnacle cycle and it's saying that you're in a cycle that's all about self-care, but your actual environment is not displaying that, right? It's not displaying the inner peace that you would like to be on an external basis. So you will basically pull up your astrocartography map utilizing astro.com. So that's another thing to take note of, astro.com. And I'm going to pull it up for you so that you can see how it looks when you get to the website. And basically, actually, I can also pull up a map to show you all. Let's see. Free horoscopes, locational astrology. Okay, and so it's gonna look a little crazy on my phone, but when you go to astro.com and you pull up your astrocartography map, this is essentially what it's going to look like. Okay, this is essentially what it's going to look like. And so we are using this, like I said, to align with a place that is an external representation of our inner peace while we are living and, you know, going through these different, you know, navigating life and trying to align ourselves with the cosmos. Astrocartography is, I'll give you an example, right? I just went to my Pluto line. And when you're looking at your map, you have to utilize astrology for this. First things first. So when you're looking at your map, you are probably going to want to look at your benefic planets. And those basically means that these planets don't have any squares or any square energy. I'll just keep it simple. They don't have any squaring energy. So when you look at your astrology chart and you see a planet that does not have any red lines moving from it, that would be considered your benefic planet. So an example of a way that I utilized astrocartography recently is when I wanted to intentionally travel, I wanted to go to my Pluto line and experience what that energy was about. Pluto is my benefic planet, so I knew that, when I go to that place, it should be fairly healing for me, especially since, I'm, someone that's doing a lot of the work that Pluto requires us to do, right? Which is kind of take things from, within us, bring them to the surface so that we can work on them. So when I utilized astrocartography and I traveled to my Pluto line, essentially it was my benefic place, and I had such an amazing, such a beautiful time. I was relaxed, I was focused on myself, I implemented certain things to kind of help keep things in alignment, right? So when you are utilizing astrocartography for that reason, you sometimes don't always have to physically go to the place. You can literally just still kind of embody the energy, and you can do that by simply focusing on whatever planet that has the energy that you're wanting to align with. So with astrocartography, if you're wanting to align with, let's use business for example. If you want to attract more clients and more customers, you can utilize astrocartography to market in your Jupiter line. That is a very good example. But let's say your environment isn't conducive to you actually being able to reach higher heights in your business because you feel like everything in life just keeps coming at you. Most likely there's either a transit going on, or another reason being you're probably near a line that's making things difficult, like Saturn. So you can use astrocartography to literally move to that place to embody that exact energy. Now, disclaimer, when it comes to utilizing astrocartography, this is not like a magic, thing. It's not something that life is going to life. We'll just put it that way. Life is going to life no matter where you are. This is why, aligning with your inner being, your most authentic self is important, because regardless of what, you're going to be who you are no matter where you go. So yes, you can have a good mindset and a positive mindset, but there's still external things that are happening that are trying to, basically maybe give you too many lessons, and you're like, look, I can't deal with this. So that is when, you would essentially travel and you would move and, go to these different lines to pretty much, like I said, embody that energy. So that is how we can also use astrocartography to be in alignment with the cosmos, right? Help us to pretty much push our lives forward a little bit, put us in an environment that's going to continue to have us focusing on our alignments, our authenticity, and pretty much our livelihood, our sanity, because this world is a little crazy. Okay, so I know with a lot of these different concepts, they do come some type of beginner knowledge, right? There's someone that I can give you. She kind of breaks down how to learn astrology. Let me give you her page. And actually, I need to find, I think she sent me a marketing email. So I'm going to find her so that I can give you that. She has an amazing playlist that will pretty much teach you astrology from the beginning to the end. And let me try to see if I can find her. Bear with me 1 second, y'all. I'm just trying to see if I can find, I'm not sure what email she sends it to for me, because I pretty much, it's so much to learn, and learning about it doesn't stop the energy, just gives you a bit of clarity. Yes, of course. Of course. That's why I had my disclaimer in the beginning, to know that we're not here to control anything. We're just really here to align with the energy, get clarity on what's happening. And it's important to stay grounded during all of this, because it can become a lot when you are, being intentional in this way, utilizing the cosmos. Because like I said, regardless of what, this energy is going to happen. And so it just allows us to just know what's going on, so that we can, not be as crazy, we can not be as crazy and feeling like life is just doing too much. Of course, nothing's perfect. The reality of it is that all of us are still going to have some moments when we are, falling short mentally when it comes to making it in this world. A lot of us are really, struggling in that department. And so it's just really important to find ways to ground ourselves in this world today. And this is kind of how I do that. I align myself with the cosmos, so I know the energy. It allows me to basically just be a little bit more self-aware. It allows me to become a better person, and it allows me to just continue to evolve. I'm trying to see if I can find this video. I can't remember her name, and I would want to make sure that I give it to you guys before I get off of live. Oh, you know what? I can check my history. I can check my history, and she should come up. Okay. Astrology 101. Let's see. All right, no, she didn't come up with that. Tusi, are you still on here? I can pull up the energy for Aquarius and all of that once I'm finished. Dang, oh my goodness, I'm not able to find her video. She has such a great playlist. What I'll do is I'm gonna put it in the comments. I'm going to put it in the comments or the description, because unfortunately right now, yeah, I just cannot find it. But she does such an amazing job at explaining astrology literally from the beginning, what the planets mean, and all of that. So that is all of the ways that we could utilize the cosmos for more alignment in life, okay? I know I recap a lot, but this is just in case if anyone's taking any notes. We talked about astrology, utilizing the transits, and I gave the apps for that. That is going to be the Bella, Astro Bella, along with Astro Gold. And then we are focusing on the pinnacle cycle years along with the personal year, okay? And mind you, that's information that once you look it up once, you don't need to focus on it again. It's literally just looking that up once. What you do need to focus on, and the thing that's the most prominent when it comes to this with the strategy that I have created for myself, it's the numerology, and that's done on a monthly basis. But that's what you're gonna use to continuously help yourself evolve and get out of stagnant energies and align with align with the goals and intentions that you have for that month based on numerology, to kind of help switch up the categories in your life. So it allows you to focus on different things, so you're not only focusing on the same thing all the time. And that's what I really, really love about it. And then we talked about astrocartography, utilizing that to make sure that you are in a conducive environment that's going to display your the external representation of your inner peace. Now, if you all also have some other things that would probably be kind of fun, and it would also kind of help you learn astrology a little bit. Also, if any of you check the description box for YouTube, if you check the description box, I have a Amazon storefront that is going to have all of the things that I'm talking about right now. That's going to be able to help you on your journey. And for Instagram, if you are watching this replay, you could go to the link in my bio to my Amazon storefront, and all of these that I'm going to be talking about are in there as well. So this is an astrology deck. It is called Star Codes Astro Oracle. So write that down, and this is how it looks. Okay. This is a really good deck for if you also want to get out of stagnant energy. You can utilize this to kind of figure out something to focus on for the month. Or you can literally just utilize this for, like I said, learning astrology. And if there's anything that you might want clarity on, if you're saying, what's something that I could focus on to get out of, the energy for, let's say you're working on a project. And so if you happen to shuffle and pull the cards, it's going to give you a house. And that's something that you can focus on during that time to kind of help keep you balanced. So really, really good deck. I love this deck. This is what I use to do my new moon readings. And I can show you the cards. Really pretty cards too. But this is the cards, how it looks. And so this, for example, is trine or sextile. And that pretty much just means that the energy is favorable, to keep it simple. All right, so this is a good deck if you want to learn astrology, or if you want to utilize astrology on somewhat of a daily basis, if you want to just pull a card to see what you could focus on for the day. This is the Moonology deck that I really, really like this deck. Now I use this as a timeline, right? So let's say you are wanting to align with something specific, and you want to know like when you should start it, or when it's going to come to a conclusion. These are really great cards for that. And 9 times out of 10, a lot of the times, a lot of this energy lines up. So this is an example of what one of the cards look like. This is the front. This is the back. So this one says expect powerful change. That's interesting. And it says new moon eclipse. And we're actually in a new moon. So I'm gonna expect some powerful change. But that's how I utilize this card for timelines, and yeah, pretty much just for timelines. Now, these are going to be some books that are going to help you all along your journey, to help you kind of stay in a positive mindset. Because I'm telling you right now, things are kind of crazy, but these books are going to help you stay grounded, and they're going to help you. Okay, let me not even say that they're going to help you stay grounded. You're going to have to stay grounded when you're reading these books, because they put you in a particular mindset that's going to help you to evolve, and that's going to help you to start to look at life completely different. Okay, so all the stuff that I'm giving you, is important to stay grounded, like literally throughout all of this. I know when I was reading one of these books, I was like we're gonna talk about this one a little bit, but with this one, I was like going on a deep end, and I was not as grounded, and I had to like bring myself back, like, girl, just remember, we've been doing this for a while. And yeah, so it's important to stay grounded. So this book is called The 4 Agreements. This is an amazing book. It gives you agreements to kind of live by, to help shape your mindset in life, to help you become a better person, okay, and to help you to have a better experience on earth. That's all I'm going to say about that. It basically gives 4 agreements to live by. So actually, you know what? I'll give an example of the agreements. And this is a whole entire book series, which I really, really, really like. So, for example, the first agreement is to be impeccable with your word. So basically, when you're reading this, is going to allow you to start being in alignment with what you say you're going to do for yourself. So if you set a goal, if you set any type of intention, that book is going to give you practical ways, and it's going to also point out a lot of things that's going to be able to help you with wanting to keep your word with yourself so that you can continuously evolve. And it's also going to be with other people as well. I'm going to be wrapping this up soon because I realize I've been on here for about 50 minutes, but that's okay. This is all pretty important, and I want to make sure that I'm getting it all. Now, this book is called The Mastery of Love. This is a really good book. It's by the same author. And again, this is in my Amazon storefront if you want to get this one. But this book is really going to help you to release attachment and help you to really know how to love yourself and to love the people in your life. So this is a really, really good book to help keep you, on your journey, to help you keep you grounded, and to help give you practices that are going to allow you to continue to have love in your life. So this is a really, really good book. Another book is the 12 laws of the universe. Now, a lot of us know, the major laws like the law of manifestation, the law of attraction, but there are, plenty of other laws. One of my favorite laws is the law of polarity. And that basically is what I live by every day. Instead of focusing, there's always going to be a negative and a positive to something. So instead of focusing on the negative, we focus on the positive. But understand that the negative is always going to come up. You're always going to have a negative thought. You're always going to, think negatively about something, even if it's for a split second. But what's important is what we focus on and what we actually give our attention to. So these are going to give us other laws that we can potentially live by, if we don't want to just, focus only on like the law of attraction and the law of manifestation. So I really, really love this book, and it literally helps us to know the impact of the world. This is what gives us an insight to literally how the universe works, okay? And this book, now this is the book that's going to have you down an entire wormhole, and you're going to, become a little, you're not going to be as grounded when you're reading this book, because you're going to be like, oh my goodness, we've been lied to, all of these different things. But this is basically a book that's called Word Magic. Available, it's the link is in the description. Word Magic. Now this book basically is going to help you know and understand how powerful words are and the history of the English language, and how pretty much it derives from Latin language, and how the people that created the English language use the Latin language, okay, and they pretty much distorted everything. And so when we are saying certain words, it's called phonology. So when we're saying certain words, they mean multiple different things. And so that is how the English language is basically utilizing our energy from our words. So this is why this book is going to explain why people are always saying, oh, be careful what you say. Speak positive, don't speak negative, don't say certain words, because they literally manifest and they talk within your cells and your being, right? This book is going to help you with that. But like I said, a lot of history in this book. So it is definitely a book that's going to have you, not grounded when you're reading it. So definitely look out for that. So those were all of the resources that I have for you all to kind of help continue to develop your inner peace, help you to be in alignment with your most authentic self. And we talked about all of the different ways that we can align with the cosmos in order to do the same thing, so that, we can just have better daily lives, and we can really just really be the best versions of ourselves and not try to take life so seriously, because we'll understand that everything is an energy and it's meant to be repeated. A lot of this energy gets repeated. They just look different ways, okay? So if there's anyone on, and if you have any questions, please let your girl know. I'm not sure if Tessie is still on. Hello, New York City Black Honey. Are you just joining? Well, clearly you're from New York. Are you just joining? Did you catch a little bit of it? Okay. Instagram. I will catch y'all. YouTube, stay put. I'm just gonna end my live on Instagram. So that is all I have for today. Thank you all for joining this live. I really appreciate you all for engaging. And make sure when you're watching the replay, you take some notes, okay? I'll see y'all in my next live. Peace. All right. So YouTube. Okay. Okay, you missed it. So I've covered a lot. I've been on here for almost an hour. But I'll give you a synopsis of everything that I covered and basically what we talked about. So I pretty much gave people insight into how I align my life with the cosmos in a easy way. It might not sound easy because I'm doing it on live and I don't really have that many presentations. But if you actually watch the replay, if you actually watch the replay, oh, what happened? If you watch the replay, it will give you everything step by step. So you would just have to kind of take notes. And then I just finished going through the resources of books that'll help you to stay in alignment while you're on your journey. Some really, really good books that'll help shift your mindset too. So if you're currently in a particular mindset, that book would definitely help. Okay. All right, perfect. So I am definitely loving going live on YouTube. I'm going to introduce myself a little bit again. So my name is Tyler and I am an astrocartographer and I'm also a holistic wellness coach and I'm a content creator. I've been creating content on YouTube especially since 2021. And I've been a little inconsistent with it there, but I'm really now in a space where I really know what it is that I wanted to do. When I first started my YouTube journey, I kind of, I was doing something that I was working on at the time. So it was kind of pretty much hobbies and things like that, everything that I found interesting in that moment. But now I'm actually, living a little bit more in alignment. And so my page is pretty much going to be about, just living in alignment with the cosmos. And I'm going to be doing lifestyle content as well. I'm traveling. I'm going to also be showing you guys how I travel utilizing astrocartography and how you can do the same thing. And if you're on here and you're new, astrocartography is the astrology of place. Like astrology is for people. Astrocartography is for places, and it gives you your most aligned places to live, work, and all of the aspects of life. And so I'm going to be sharing my journey traveling to different lines and what the energies are entailing. And yes, I'm really excited to be on YouTube live. I'm honestly loving it. I do have another live scheduled for about 2 days. And that one is going to be about, we're going to be talking about astrocartography and how I travel and how I stay at places for free. And how I travel intentionally and on a budget, okay? Because look, listen, I found you through my notary videos. A lot of people found me through my notary videos. That's how I first started. And you taught me a lot. I'm into astrology as well. Perfect. So I'm so, glad that I could be, evergreen on your, YouTube timeline with transitioning from the notary to astrology. And so thank you so much for joining and engaging. I'm not sure. The last time I was live, I hope that people were still able to comment because the last time I was live, it was a little hectic. So I had put it on subscribers only. I hope that it registered that I took it off. But if not, that's okay. If anybody's watching the replay and you have any questions, you can leave a comment. I am going to post this live video, of course, because this video is really the structure to basically what my channel is about and a lot of the stuff that I'll be talking about in my vlogs and, you know, when I'm traveling and sometimes even when I'm doing sit down videos. So this is going to be basically the base video for my channel. So please, please, please watch the replay. If you know astrology and you're kind of, I don't want to say struggling, but you're still trying to find your foot in how to apply it to your daily life, this video helps with that. Not only that, I do have a Discord group if you want to join, but I believe I'm going to create a school that's going to help us kind of have all of the information. It's going to help us know all we need to know about astrology. And if I am charging, it may be like a really small fee. But at first, it's most likely probably going to be like free so that, you know, we can just kind of learn and really just align our lives. I'm going to have like a lot of resources that I'm already working on. And so that's what's going to be able to help us. So I seemed like I was kind of close. I intend that you all enjoyed this live. I'm so grateful that this was a really good live. I felt really good about the information that I gave, and I intend that you all find it useful. And again, if you have any questions, you can comment. And yeah, I will keep everyone posted when the school is going to be available. Should be available sometime at the end of this year. It's a really good platform. I get to like create videos and show you guys really easy ways to apply this and to learn it because it's a lot. And I have like little hacks that you can learn faster. This is what I do. This is what I love to do. I love to guide people in a sense of just, you know, sharing my knowledge. And if it's of interest to you, then let's do it together. So I will see you all in my next live video, which I believe is on Wednesday, if I don't reschedule it, but it should still be on Wednesday. And again, we're going to be talking about how I travel, very, very budget friendly, how I stay at places for free, and how I travel utilizing astrocartography. And yeah, so peace, everyone. Thank you so much for joining.